So are you stressed about your money? And is the month longer than your money?
Oh, no,
That
you
you
don't
just
want
don't have
that.
what you
No.
need at the end of the month and you're stressed out about it. That's what
Doesn't
we're going to
work.
talk about today on Coffee with Ken.
Good
Welcome.
morning.
Good
Thanks
morning.
for joining us.
Good
So
morning.
I want to introduce Ken Brown. He is the CEO of Destiny Global and my amazing husband as well.
Thank you.
And we have Butch McCracken, who is the general manager here at Destiny Global. He keeps us in line, and he's our friend too.
Yay!
Yay! Welcome. And so we want to talk about
Who are
that
you?
today. Oh, yes, and I'm Dr. April Brown, and I am a coach and coach trainer here at Destiny Global.
Yes, you are.
And we want to talk about that with you today. We want to, if you're stressed out about your money, then we want to talk about ways that you can actually get vision around your finances.
Yes.
Have you ever really had a vision about your finances and where your money will go versus that your money rules you versus you ruling your money?
It's so true.
So we're going to talk about that. Is there really, how have you come to put that vision into place for our finances actually?
Well, so, when we first came to First Steps to Success in February of 2018, there was a lot that we took home from that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's some things that we implemented right away, and there's some things that we didn't, quite frankly. One of them that we did do was start looking at our finances and start working to get ourselves on track. And of course, there were two places that we did that. One is learning how to communicate based on our personality type, which is a system that we use called GEMS, as well as really facing war on debt, because we still make a lot of money, but being able to pay off the debt and not me just going to do the other things and really ignoring it because I'm just going to take care of it some other day. So really putting an intent focus on where our money was going. That was it. And doing away with foolish spending. We've talked about that numerous times on this particular topic on this show. But I want to get very specific with you, because what we started doing is listing things out that we wanted to talk about. We meet every single week. In fact, we meet every single Wednesday. And April and I meet typically around 4 o'clock, and we meet for an hour, and we go through our vision together. And one of those components is about our finances. We look at where we're going. Every day I go through a process when I get up. I look and see where our cash flow is for the company personally. I look at where my investments are. Not that I take action, because I have a secret for you. Everybody who's looking at the market go down, did you know you haven't really lost anything yet? You only lose if you sell. Don't knee-jerk and overreact. Leave things alone. Every market has a boomerang effect, right? There's a boomerang effect. Now, some of you invested in the stock market, and you did that as whimsical. We have some friends that did that, and they were using real cash flow that they needed to put in the market because they thought it was going to go up, and it went the opposite direction. And that can be catastrophic. You need to make sure that you're investing, that you have money set aside to invest. So what we did is we started putting money in categories. And April took it to a whole different level. She took TWF and put it on steroids, which True Wealth formula that Hans Johnson invented. Yes, but it is very helpful. So that rule was 70, 10, 10, 10, 70%.
What was the beginning steps though? Because that sounds like very daunting.
Yep.
So what was that very first step? Because the thing is that we can talk about it, and we can think that those steps seem so far in the future.
They're actually
and what
really
was the
easy.
very, very first step that you took of taking that and really looking at it? It's not a very easy thing to do, but
we printed
really
off the
look
bank
at it.
statements, and we started going through to see where we were spending. And it is easy to do. I'm not saying it's not convicting, but to go download your statement is easy. Starting to look at where you spend and then put it in categories, which we did because I put it in a spreadsheet and put it on a pie chart. You would be shocked how much April enjoyed shopping and how much I enjoyed Starbucks. It was, yeah. If we were measured in a percentage of things that we were doing, it would have been an epidemic right? Because I went to Starbucks usually several times a day when I was going to work, and then sometimes when I was at work, because we had a Starbucks at work, which wasn't necessarily the best thing, right? Because then I would treat people. It wasn't free, right? So let's just put it that way. And April would do things to shop because she liked staying current in her outfits and things like that. So we had to come to some harsh realities. Is this what we want?
Right.
Because what we were realizing is our spending was not lining up to our goals. And our goal was to get out of debt, and our goal was to build wealth. And if you're going to do that, you have to know where your money's going. You have to give your money homes and put it in it every single month.
So, yeah.
Wealth is built slowly over time.
Right.
Accumulation,
Yes.
accumulating, accumulating.
The first time that we ever really heard this concept, and it was eye-opening because I heard the version that we're either spenders or and that there's usually one in the relationship that's one or the other that has that mentality.
Right.
Even if they're not really practicing it, they're more of that
Sure.
spender, and then there's more of that, and really the spender is an investor that has not learned the skill of investing,
Mm.
and they're just taking that and spending it, and then they don't really understand what true investment is. So that was very, very powerful for me, and it completely changed my thinking and thought process for that everything is about investment, not spending. What are you spending on
Yeah.
versus what are you investing in? So
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
really helped you what was that first thing that really helped you to get started on that?
Just two things: alignment, on the same page. Okay, I think that's critical
Yes.
because otherwise
it's so
it
powerful.
doesn't work. So alignment. The second thing is really identifying where your money goes. And to share a story, I was just sitting there thinking of this as we're here. So when we lived in Pennsylvania, we had an in-ground pool that needed some work. And I had a bonus coming in from where I was employed. I think it was like $15,000 for that period coming in, that we were going to refinish the pool. Over here, yeah, so what? We're a few $100,000 in debt and living paycheck to paycheck, but we got a bonus and we're going to
So
redo
we're
the
gonna
pool.
do the-
After coming to a First Steps event, right, we come home and Diane says, I don't want to refurbish the pool. Let's take that money and put it towards debt. We already had it lined up and everything. Do you know 3 months ago, somebody sent us a picture as they drove by our house where we lived. The people that bought our house filled in the pool. It's no longer there anymore. They got rid of it. It's
Oh
land.
my goodness.
Can you imagine if we
Yeah,
would have spent
yeah.
that money? So now, would I have known that? Probably not. But still, just because it's telling your money where to go. And just
Yes.
because you're $100,000 in debt, whatever you can put towards it is a win. Like you gotta, and it's a journey
Right.
Yes.
for you to take
Yeah.
place.
Most
Don't-
people are waiting until they make the more money and
It
then I'll
will
pay it
never
off. And it just doesn't
It-
happen because
I-
then you just spend more.
You spend more
Yeah.
because then you
That's
go,
your
oh,
habit.
it's not going to make a difference. Really? If you're on that journey, that marathon, depending on what your debt is, then it's going to be worth it on the other side of that. Stay
Yeah.
the course.
I had a worse habit, Butch, because I would make it and would pay it off, but then I would go buy something bigger.
Oh.
So I was, because she would tell me, okay, don't spend it until you do this. So then I would pay that off, and then I would go buy something bigger.
Yeah.
And I'd get such a great interest rate, it made all the sense in the world not to use my own money
Yeah.
on more than one time, right? So,
I was talking with somebody the other day here in the office, and we were talking about credit cards, and because we have no credit card debt, we make sure every month it's paid off, but doing the balance transfer game. I said, yeah, years ago,
Yeah.
I would go, oh, I got an offer of $25,000 card. I'm going to take advantage
Yeah.
of it and pay this one. I forgot to say, in 12 months, how am I going to pay 25 grand when I can't pay
Yeah.
2 grand now? That's
Yeah.
2,000 a month. And then all of a sudden it comes due, and here comes the interest, 16,
Yep.
17%. So it's not getting emotional as well. So the balance transfer game is a dangerous one.
but you guys
So,
said
so
it.
true.
You said it. Both of you really did. It's giving your money a home.
Yes.
Every single month, not waiting, getting started, even if it's just small amounts, getting your savings started, paying off
Yeah.
debt every month, making sure you're covering your costs. Cut back. Look at the fat in your budget. We talk about this constantly. We're going to be talking about it at an event
Yes,
coming up here real
well,
soon.
That's what we need to get into because we've just touched on it. And the thing about that is that you need accountability.
Mhm.
If you're thinking that you're just going to go look at your bank account and then you're just going to start changing the stuff, it's being
doesn't.
around people that are also doing that. And so we have an event called First Steps to Success, and where we teach these principles. It's July 29th through 31st. It's in Pensacola, Florida,
Yeah.
right on the beach.
Yep.
And so you can come and learn these principles and be around people, have accountability. That's where you really start making the changes.
Yeah.
And hearing this for a whole weekend,
Right.
and then you're given so many tools and ways to apply this that to skyrocket how you can pay off debt
Yeah.
in such a short amount of time, shorter than you ever thought possible. 5 to 7 years, most of the people
Yeah.
have paid off, and sometimes even shorter. So,
And investments too. So they not only
Yes.
paid off debt, they created wealth. Some of them created wealth in the amount of the debt that they had, not thinking they could do any of
yes,
it.
and you have
Nothing is
you
impossible.
Have a secret.
I do.
to
So
tell,
we have a special guest coming. I'm not ready to announce it just yet, but April's right. We have a special guest coming. Jackie, Carmen, and I, April, Jen Ratchford, Butch, and I. We've been talking. We've been going back and forth because we know that all of us are seeing what's going on in the economy, and we need to be ahead of it, not behind it. So we have a special
Yes.
guest coming to this event. And I'm going to be telling you very, very soon.
That sounds
because
exciting.
we are not waiting. We, Destiny Global, we're not waiting. And we're not going to tell you, oh, it's coming. You know, anybody can give a prophetic word about something, but how are you going to answer it?
Yeah.
Tell me how you overcome it, right? And we're going to be doing that at this
Yeah.
First Steps.
Awesome. So stay
Yeah.
tuned for that.
Yeah.
That information is coming out soon. Big surprise. And we have Next Gen, which is basically those who are in that in their teens and even sometimes younger.
19
that
to
can,
21, 9 to 21
Yeah.
years old is our group, and
that
it's a pretty large
really
group.
can come
age
and
group.
learn these principles at such a young age. Don't we wish that we learned these at such a young
Absolutely.
age?
Yes.
And so there is on Thursday night there's a Next Gen.
It's an
an
event.
event that is going to be happening where they're going to be poured into and learn these things and have fun and learn and be around people that have that same mindset. So we want to invite you to come to that. We're going to announce a special surprise that is coming for that just to help you get there faster and get the results that you want. So like this page, share it, tag your friends so that they can hear more of this, all of these little tips that we give you every single week. You can come here and get tips on how to get out of debt, stay out of debt, earn more, keep more,
to do more.
more.
That's right.
That's our motto for this year. So we want you to be a part of that. So that's it.
That's
we'll see
it.
y'all next week for Coffee with
Yes.
Ken.
Thank
Thanks
you for
joining
joining.
us.
Have a
See you
great
again.
day.
Bye.